Welcome. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me, if you can see me. I'm so excited to be here. I just got back this weekend. I was at a retreat in New Hampshire. I've never been to New Hampshire, and the retreat was incredible. They rented out this inn, and we had access to the entire property at this inn. And the room that I stayed in, apparently Betty Davis, the famous Betty Davis, used to stay there, which was really amazing. Welcome, DeMarco, loud and clear. Awesome. I'm so grateful to have you. I'm so excited to be here today. We're going to be talking about morning routines. I've really been thinking as spring is here in Alaska, we're getting plenty of daylight, that I want to revamp my morning routine. So I'm wondering, you probably want to revamp your morning routine too. So let me know in the comment section if you are ready to revamp your morning routine. Let's get started. Again, I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. Welcome to Elevate Your Inner Compass, the weekly YouTube live show where we talk about goal setting, goal achieving. We do some EFT tapping and, of course, guided meditation. If you are enjoying this style of elevating your inner compass, definitely consider joining the monthly membership. Prices will increase May 1st. And every single week, we've got new programming, new activities, new workshops. Co-working hour today, we are doing co-working hour, which is where we all bring our work and we kind of work on our goals at the same time. And we've got EFT tapping, a lot of incredible stuff. And if you're like, I'm not ready for the group setting, you can definitely book a call to see if working with me one-on-one is a good fit for you. So today's agenda, we're going to go over this week's topic, which is revamping your morning routine. We'll do some Q&A and we'll map out our goals for the next 7 days, identify what's worked for us, what hasn't worked for us, and what we need to do to modify for the next 7 days and create a plan to overcome any challenges. Of course, we're going to do some EFT tapping. You know, that's my favorite, and wrap out with a guided meditation. And I'm excited for this guided meditation. The one that we did last week was so incredible and the feedback that I got. So this time we're going to amp it up a little bit more today. So the inspiration for the week, we're going to be talking about morning routine. So let me know in the comment section, do you currently have a morning routine? Do you have one that you've created in the past? Or are you looking to revamp one? So just let me know where you're at in relation to morning routines, what that looks like for you and how that shows up. My morning routine really ebbs and flows during the seasons. Winter, my morning routine tends to be a lot longer because I'm waking up with the darkness. So I'm kind of going a little bit slower. And now that I'm getting daylight, the sun is coming up around 6 a.m. for me. And in the winter, the sun comes up at like noon. I've been noticing that I've been having this energy to skip my morning routine and just like jump into work. And so I was really thinking today, all right, I probably need to shorten my morning routine and kind of scale it back for the spring months and maybe focus more on doing my self-care and my evening routine versus my morning routine. So let me know definitely if you've got a morning routine, what it looks like and how, what helps you and what doesn't help you. So ask yourself how much time, we're going to get into morning routine planning. Ask yourself, how much time do you have to dedicate to a morning routine? Do you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or do you even have a full hour? So really be mindful. Typically, we want to do our morning routine Monday through Friday. We can give ourselves a break on the weekends, but really ask yourself, hi, welcome. The Mommy Pink 22. Thank you for being here. My morning routine is getting my kids to school, then taking a nap. Yeah, definitely. So what we can do is ask yourself, after you've dropped the kids off for school, do you have 10 minutes before that nap to do some self-care or we could do some EFT tapping. And if you haven't checked out yet, yesterday I uploaded an EFT tapping video on anxiety relief. So definitely check that out. So first step is identifying how much time you have to dedicate to your morning routine. Start small and always add. It's easier to add to your morning routine versus to add too much and then feel like a failure that you're not able to do everything. So really identify how much time you have. And then what you're going to want to focus on is 3 things that you can do in your morning routine. Same, I can't even think of a self-care routine. We're going to create one today. So don't even worry. Thank you for being here, Stacy. So, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on three things that you can do in the morning. And it doesn't have to be like as soon as you get up, but pretty much like before you go to work or before you run any of your errands. So, usually these three things are going to be things that you can do to help you stay in alignment with your goals that you've laid out for the week. So feeding the kids and getting them to breakfast is hell. Yeah. So if you're noticing, right, if you are a parent and you've got kiddos, usually your morning routine is going to be like 5 minutes, right? We've got 5 minutes and we're going to do it. Brock is coming in hot again, making me not want to have kids. I spend my morning doing yoga and having coffee. Amazing. So let's just pretend you have 5 minutes for your morning routine. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick three things that you can do in that 5 minutes that's for you. So here's an example. You could do 1 minute of gratitude and you're just going to sit there and think of all the things that you're grateful for. The second thing you could do is just repeat some affirmations. I am worthy. I'm deserving. I love my life and my life loves me. Maybe you do a minute of affirmations. And then you can ask yourself, right, as we're looking inward, attuning to see where we're at, you can say, okay, what is my current emotion? And I'd love to hear in the comment section right now, what is your current emotion? So, not what you were feeling before you got on the YouTube Live, not what you're feeling after, but in this moment, what is your emotion? And that could be your morning routine right there, right? We've got gratitude, affirmation, and identifying your current emotion. When we see morning routines online, we see this big production of, I need to put on this special outfit. I need to make designer coffee. I need to do all of these fancy things, but we don't have to do that. Okay, we've got some emotions coming in. We're feeling stressed. Beautiful. It's safe to identify whatever emotion that pops forward. So that way, when we do the tapping, we can really focus on releasing that emotion that is no longer serving us. The reason that morning routines are so beneficial is it sets the tone for the rest of the day. And if you've got goals that you are wanting to achieve, you've got milestones that you're wanting to work towards, that morning routine of taking care of yourself is going to keep the momentum moving forward for the rest of the day. So think about a snowball at the top of the hill and it's rolling down. We just need a little bit of momentum to keep it moving, to get it going down the hill. And by the time it gets to the down of the hill, it's big, it's motivated, it's productive. That's what we need to do for your morning routine. We need to create some energy, some momentum. So when you're going through the rest of the day, it doesn't feel like you're dragging along, but it feels motivated and inspiring. I'm giddy this week because we're going to head up to Charlotte on Friday. Amazing. That sounds like a blast. I haven't been there in a long time, but I hope you have an amazing time. Okay, so now let me know in the comment section if you had 5 minutes for a morning routine. What are three things that you could do in that morning routine? Some other things that you could do would be like maybe you're going to focus on your breathing. You could do maybe a round of EFT tapping. You could do some light stretching. What if you aren't a morning person at all, though? Yeah, this is an incredible question. If you are not a morning person, you need a morning routine more than the next person because the morning routine is going to help create that motivation and that productivity for yourself and for your goals. That's going to help you create that energy throughout the day. I feel like I'm dragging until 1 p.m. Yeah, exactly. So creating three things that can create momentum in the morning, even if you're not a morning person, right? We've got 5 minutes. We all can find 5 minutes to do three non-negotiables. So let me know in the comment section what could be your three non-negotiables. It could be drinking a glass of water. It could be stretching. It could be breathing. It could be tapping. It could be gratitude. It could be journaling. It could be identifying your emotions. It could be thinking positive, happy thoughts. It could be doing a self-guided meditation. My morning routine is put on a podcast, do some stretching or yoga, eat food. Beautiful. My morning routine is to eat cereal and get all the kids organized for school. Yeah. And what you can do is after you've dropped the kids off for school, you can give yourself 5 minutes to nurture your needs. maybe reading something from the Times. Yeah. So creating a morning routine that you can do 5 days a week. And what that's going to do is when you wake up, your anxiety is going to decrease because the brain already knows what to do and what is expected out of you. I think journaling would be a good practice for me, but I have no idea where to even start. If you are starting with journaling, just journal what is my current emotion. Getting in touch with your current emotion is the best thing you can do when you're starting a journaling practice because so often we stuff our emotions and we press them down because we think, who cares? I have to get all this work done. Doesn't matter how I'm feeling. And what we're basically telling the brain is that we're not worthy and deserving of time and attention. So if you could just start a morning journaling of what is my current emotion and just journal how you're feeling without judgment, without expectation, or even pressure. I watched your unboxing of your planner. Amazing. Yeah. I just got it. So, fun fact about this planner, I used to have an in-person office and I sold all the furniture. I had a lot of furniture. I had like 40 chairs and 6 couches. I had this huge office and I said I wanted to buy something special with the money that I made and I bought this planner. It is so beautiful. Okay, so identify 5 minutes of your morning routine and pick 3 things to do during that morning routine. And that's going to help create that excitement of, wow, I feel so accomplished and I haven't even started the day. I feel so accomplished. I want to keep this energy going. And that is the goal of a morning routine. I'm sure it's a good practice. I don't think I could ever get to the point where I do it constantly. That's why you want to start with just 5 minutes, 5 days a week, because we can do 5 minutes, right? How often do we like scroll a little bit on social media? And I love the idea of a gratitude practice. Yeah, gratitude. We can do gratitude when we're driving. And if you're driving the kids to school, you can include them in that conversation. You can say, all right, kiddos or little ones, whatever you call your kids. And you can say, hey, what's giving you hope today? That could be your morning routine. What are you grateful for? What are you looking forward to? Who is one person you're excited to see in class? And you can get them included in your morning routine. So that way it doesn't feel like you have to do this isolated thing. You can do it together. So basically, the goal of a morning routine is to start the day looking inward, taking care of your needs. What are your non-negotiables, Miss Alyssa? Yes. So my non-negotiables is every single day I need to sweat or stretch. So if I'm not doing like a workout that's going to make me sweat, I need to stretch. So I usually do yoga or light stretching. So those are 2 things for me. Another non-negotiable is my affirmation list. So I either listen to my affirmations or I write them down. I have a YouTube short on a hack on how to recite your affirmations. So all you have to do is hit play on your music app. Super easy. And a third one is I do EFT tapping. And then I also, depending on the day, will listen to either a podcast or an audiobook or some type of personal development. And those are my non negotiables. The goal of the morning routine is to create the energy early on in the day that it is easy and fun to go after your goals and easy and fun to go after your tasks. Yeah, you record your affirmations. So what I actually do is I don't think it will let me link it, but if you just go on my YouTube, I have a video on uh, positive affirmations, and I also have a video on how to make positive affirmations as a song. Who do you do your EFT tapping with? So my EFT practitioner, I've had a couple of different EFT practitioners, but a lot of them I actually do on my own. So inside of my monthly membership, I have tap with me videos that are very similar to the video that I just released yesterday. And I will actually tap with myself, or I just kind of go through my own script and tap along. Do you have a tapping guide when you do it in the morning? If I'm not watching a video of tapping, then what I do is I just kind of ask myself, what emotion do I want to release in my body that's not serving me? Maybe it's uncertainty, maybe it's distraction, maybe it's fear, and I'll just do some rounds of tapping on just releasing that maybe stagnant energy and bringing in more abundance. Any other questions on morning routines? Now we're at the fun part. Ask me anything. So if you've got any questions, send them my way. Why does the EFT tapping help put us in a positive mindset again? So, EFT tapping, think of, for example, if this cup was full of negative thoughts, let's just pretend this cup was full of negative thoughts. And if I were to pour water onto it, what's naturally going to happen? All of those negative thoughts are going to flood out, and the cup is going to be filled with positive thoughts. The same thing happens with EFT tapping. It helps the brain release the negative emotions and release the negative energy. So you make room for positive feelings and hope for the future, hope for the present. So EFT tapping helps acknowledge the negative experience so we can release that to make room for all the good stuff to come in. What was your biggest benefit from your retreat? I've always wanted to do a mental health retreat. I felt so restored after that. And the travels were crazy. I had to fly to Boston, which ended up being like 12 hours from Alaska. Then I had to take a shuttle. And the time zone was a 4-hour time difference. And the whole weekend, I felt so restored and recharged at the end of it. I came back on Monday, because I got back late night Sunday. I came back on Monday after the retreat wanting to dream even bigger, wanting to grow my business, wanting to grow my YouTube channel. And I just left feeling so positive that it's possible for me to achieve my goals and that I can dream even bigger. There was a lot of really ambitious women at the retreat, and they were just sharing their big goals. And it was really motivating to hear other people have really big goals and to hear their big goals. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting because now I feel that it's safe for me to dream even bigger. Do you ever do EMDR on yourself? Yeah. So when I'm doing like any type of breathing exercise, I will do butterfly tapping and I just let my body process whatever needs to process and I can do that tapping. So that's EMDR. I don't do the eye movements. You need a person to do that with you. So self EMDR is just the butterfly tapping. And so an EFT, I do this tapping too. So I do both of them on me at the same time. Oh, you should always have dream big. Yeah. Thank you. Oh my goodness, you guys are going to make me cry. Yeah, so it's fun to dream bigger. My goal is to grow the Tuesday YouTube live show. And I'm just so excited that you guys keep showing up each week. What do you mean feel safe to dream big? Aren't we always supposed to dream big? So, for example, if I were to say, think about your goal that you have for the next 5 years. Maybe your goal is to buy a house. Maybe your goal is to pay off debt. Maybe your goal is to start a podcast. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to start a business. So think about those goals and then ask yourself what fear pops up when you think about going after those goals. Does it feel like, man, I don't think that's possible for me? Does it feel like, man, I don't know how that could ever happen? Maybe it's not meant for me. And that's what I mean by feeling safe is that there are no longer fear coming forward of that couldn't happen or that's not possible for you, and feeling safe to take those steps every single day so that when I look back in 5 years, I can say that I did everything that I could to make those goals a reality. I don't think I've ever thought 5 years into the future. So I usually just start 90 days. And if you haven't seen my 90-day video, definitely check that out. I map out the next 90 days. So I mapped out April 1st to July 1st, and I will do my next set of goals from July 1st to October 1st. So 5 years down the road is too stressful. Just think of 90 days. I'm just going to map out the next 90 days. And that maps out with the season. So this is like my spring goals. And then next, I'm going to make my summer goals. Thinking of next year is already stressful enough. Yeah, just focus on the next 90 days. We don't need to think too big. Beautiful questions. What other kind of questions do you have? I forgot to do my 90-day letter to myself. Okay. You can start today. So a 90-day letter is where you write a letter. I actually have mine right here. Ooh. Oh, got to line up right there at the first page. and my planner. And so your 90-day letter is a letter that you write to yourself of you achieving your goals as if you've already achieved it. So you would write, Dear XYZ, I'm so proud of you for achieving, and then you list it all and you write it as if it already happened. Amazing. Let's go over your goals. So map out your goals for the next 7 days. So we're in the second week, almost third week of April. So map out what you want to achieve by next Tuesday. Did you tap for an entire weekend or did you guys do other things? We actually didn't tap that much. I was very surprised. We tapped on 2 of the 4 days because it was like a 3-night, 4-day retreat. But we did other types of healing, like they had sound healers come in. We did like intention setting walks. We had a hypnosis instructor come in. So it was a bunch of other types of modalities. Do you ever beat yourself up for not achieving your 90-day letter? Nope. I just roll it over to the next 90 days. Not everything can be achieved in 90 days. And that's when I get to remind myself some of these goals are meant to roll over. And the only time I might beat myself up is if I wasn't consistent. And then I just say, all right, how do I need to change things to become more consistent? What is sound healing? So, sound healing is where they take these bowls that are made out of crystals or glass and they let's say do I have one nearby and they do like sound healing and the vibration of the sound realigns the vibrations in your body because your body is majority of water, and so the sound from the sound bowls kind of help attune the water. It sounds like you might have a retreat in SoCal. I know, right? Sounds like it, but it was in New Hampshire and I'd never been to New Hampshire. Literally insane. We're like in the mountains. Okay, ask yourself what worked for you over the last 7 days and what didn't work for you. What was like, man, I totally forgot to even look at my goals. All right, what do you need to add, take away, or modify? So, do you need to add more goals? Do you need to take away some goals or do you need to tweak some goals? Maybe your goal is to meditate every day, but you're not having time. All right, could you meditate in the shower? And now you put a meditation on and do it in the shower, right? That's how you can modify your goals. All right, then you're going to create a plan to overcome it. So let's say, for example, it's going to be a really busy week. How can you make a plan to stick with your goals knowing that this week is going to be full? So I'm going to put some music on so you can journal and let me know in the chat if you have any thoughts about these journal prompts. These would be also if you're starting your journaling journey, journey. These would be great questions for you. Like, what are my goals? And then you would journal, right? What are my goals for the next 7 days? What worked? What didn't work? How can I create a plan? That would be a great way to start your journaling journey. I'm thrilled to start listening to the New York Times podcast. So I'm more up to date on current affairs. Playoffs started this week, and I'm a wreck. And my husband has been watching the games every day, and he's like, basketball all day, every day. I need to meditate more or something. Yeah, find time to meditate right before the game. Find your zen. All right, let me know, what is your goal for the next 7 days? Let me know in the chat box. We can just have one goal for the next 7 days. Who does he root for? The Celtics. I didn't really have any goals. So think about a personal goal that doesn't have to be related to work or anything, but it could be maybe my goal is to just check in with my emotions every day. Or maybe my goal is to watch an inspiring YouTube video. Or maybe my goal is to learn more about tapping. It doesn't have to be these like big goals that take all 7 days. It could literally be achieved by tomorrow, but we can just set that intention behind the goal. My goal is to start stretching or moving my body. I love your non-negotiable of doing that daily. Yeah. When I first started that goal, it really helped lower the pressure because I used to say, I need to work out every single day. And some days I cannot work out. And you can go on YouTube, they have yoga in bed. One time I did yoga in bed because I was like, I'm so tired, but I need to stick with my non-negotiables. So I'm literally laying in bed doing yoga. It's pretty impressive. I'm okay with the Celtics. We wouldn't play them till the championship. All right. That's good to know. All right. Are we ready to do some tapping? Ready to tap? Okay. So think about whatever stress you might be feeling, and we're gonna release that, and we're gonna identify that stress, and we're gonna make some space to set it free. Oh, that is an incredible goal. My goal is to disconnect this weekend in North Carolina. Yeah, and just be present. And I think that's an incredible goal. All right. So, anyone who's new to tapping, we're going to tap on 4 points: top of the eyebrow, side of the eye, under your eye, and collarbone. You can use 2 hands or 1 hand, whatever works for you. Nope. No worries. You can choose your own adventure. I'm going to say, start tapping. You're going to repeat after me, and then we will do some breath work in between, and then we'll head into our guided meditation. So focus on wherever you're feeling stress in your body. Maybe it's your shoulders, maybe it's your neck, maybe it's your head. Just really identify where you're feeling this stress and this tension. And let's identify it and maybe give it a color. It doesn't have to make sense, but just say, all right, the color of the stress today feels blue or green or rainbow sparkle. Just identify it just to really allow the brain to make that connection that you are feeling stress physically, and we want to make a plan to release it. So take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, start tapping and repeat after me. All of the stress in my body, I'm ready to set it free. All of this tension, I'm ready for it to dissolve, disappear, and fade away. Side of the eye. And as I release this tension, I make room for abundance, gratitude, and connection under your eye. I've got my goals identified, and I've got a plan to achieve them. Collarbone. And as this stress comes forward, I'm reminding myself, I can do it. I can go after my goals, and I can have a lot of fun in the process. It gets to be easy. Take a deep breath and squeeze your wrist. And we squeeze our wrist just to kind of ground and regroup back into our body. So now what we're going to do is some breath work. So start butterfly tapping, and all you're going to do is cross your arms. And we're just going to start tapping. This allows the brain to process any emotions that might have gotten surfaced after that round of tapping, or even just feeling some stressors from the day. So just start focusing on every inhale and every exhale. Deep breathing in through your belly. Yes, that was my dog. Anytime someone drives down the street, he thinks he has to bark, and he is a tiny dog. All right, just focus on your inhale. Maybe one day he'll make an appearance on the screen. Beautiful. All right, let's take another deep breath. Kind of scan and see what you notice. Beautiful. All right, so let's do another round of tapping. Now, what I want you to do is focus on the goal that you've identified. And what we're going to do is what I call installing belief, believing that we can do it without excuses, without fear, and without distraction. So start tapping and repeat after me. I'm ready to achieve my goal. And in order to achieve my goal, I need to feel strong, motivated, and productive. Side of the eye. And as I think about my goal, I feel excited, successful, and proud under your eye. I want to come back next Tuesday and share that I was successful with my goals. Collarbone. So maybe, just maybe, I can focus on spending time every single day, getting one step closer to having my goals being a reality. Take a deep breath and squeeze your wrist. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Why do you breathe through the belly and not the ribs? Just for that exercise, I have you breathe through the belly because sometimes it's easier to see your belly expand versus your diaphragm. Sometimes it's harder to describe expanding your rib cage to breathe, but it's easier for us to understand, like inhaling and exhaling through the belly. Thanks for being here. Have a great week. All right, we're going to do one last round of tapping. And this round is really going to be positive affirmations that we can do it. So focus on the goal that you're going to achieve by next Tuesday and start tapping and repeat after me. I am so ready. I've released the stress and I installed confidence. Side of the eye. I'm ready to go after my goals. And I'm ready to make my dreams a reality. And you know what they say? One step at a time, one day at a time, under your eye. So I'm going to start with my morning routine and my non-negotiables. And as I create success, I'm going to use that energy to dream even bigger. Collarbone. It gets to be exciting and successful. I'm releasing any doubt, uncertainty, and fear. I can do this. I can make it happen because I deeply and completely love and honor myself. Take a deep breath and squeeze your wrist. Release and let it go. Scan your body. What are you noticing? How are you feeling? We just did 3 rounds of tapping and a round of EMDR breath work. So a lot of healing just came forward and surfaced. So we are going to conclude today's with a guided meditation. So just kind of focus on every inhale and every exhale. Focus on releasing any stress and tension and soaking in all of the abundance that has surrounded you. And what I want you to do is I want you to visualize your younger self, maybe 5, 6, 7. And I want you to think about one of the goals that you've achieved recently, something that you've successfully accomplished. And I want you to visualize going back in time and telling that 5, 6, 7-year-old things got really fun and really exciting in the future. And here's proof that I achieved an amazing goal. And as you are going back in time and letting that inner child know that things got really exciting and happy, I want you to focus on that emotion of feeling successful and a sense of accomplishment. And as you're looking down at your child self, I want you to tell them something that they need to hear in order to believe things get even better. Maybe you tell them something that you've always needed to hear when you were little. And you know exactly what you need to say. So take a moment to let your inner child know what you just shared. Maybe you say, Things surprised us in the most magical way. We've achieved so much, and we have so much still to come into our being. And as you are whispering this message to that inner child, I want you to give them a little stone. And I want you to tell them whenever they get discouraged, hold the stone and believe that better days are coming through. Now I want you to focus on every inhale and focusing on the exhale. Whenever you need a boost in motivation or confidence, look back and see all the achievements that you've achieved. Knowing that you did it happened, and it was real. So now take 3 deep breaths and come back to the group. Let me know, how are you feeling? Thank you. Thank you for being here. Just a reminder, Inner Compass Support, my monthly membership, $47 a month. It's just like a subscription. You can pay month to month, or you can even lock in and get 2 months free by paying the annual price. Prices are going to be going up May 1st. So definitely lock in before May 1st so you can get the guaranteed rate of 47. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Your voice is very relaxing. Thank you for this. I'm so excited that you decided to dive in. I'm excited for your non-negotiables of sweating or stretching. I think that's really going to help you with your goal setting. Thank you so much for being here. I will catch you guys next week at the YouTube Live Elevate Your Inner Compass. Have an amazing week. You've got this. Go after your goals. And if anything feels stress, when in doubt, tap it out. Amazing. I will catch you guys all next week. Have a great day.